Good morning, everybody. This is Calvin Butler. I'm here with you all this morning. The time now is 6:10 a.m. So that means it's time for the load board report. A daily look at what's going on in your neck of the woods when it comes to freight and load availability. Woo. In case y'all haven't noticed, I have not been to sleep. I've been up all night working on our website for the lease, for the private owners leasing network, which is our easy lease with RBBS Transport LLC. I've been working on that website pretty much all night. I laid down about an hour ago. Didn't really get any sleep. Just laid down for an hour, and here I am, right back up for the load board report. So I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and right to the point today, because I need some rest. I need to get at least another, at least 3 hours of sleep. Try to get 3 hours of sleep. Then I'm going to get back up and try to finish this truck leasing website, because it's that important. Got a lot of people who are waiting on me to get it finished. A lot of people who are waiting to lease our trucks from our private asset owners. A lot of people who are waiting on the private asset side to get the site ready so we can work on getting them more trucks and getting people line of credit worthy and ready to get these lines of credit so we can get them more trucks. All right. Tired. Okay. So I'm gonna try and get through this as quickly as possible, and we're gonna probably look up a couple of those, and then that's gonna do it for the load board report on today. Okay. As always, we are sponsored by. I'm sorry, I shared my screen. As always, we are sponsored by the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers, which is the only logistics vocational school in the entire country, for freight brokers and dispatchers that offers guaranteed career placement offers from bonded logistics brokerage firms and state licensed accredited dispatch firms after successful course completion. Okay. When we are located here in Tallahassee, you can come to our website at RBBSLLC.com, and you can register for our on-site school here in Tallahassee, Florida. Okay, it's 2 weeks. It's a 2-week course. The tuition is $7,500, and everything is included in your tuition. Travel arrangements by plane, rental car, train, or bus, hotel accommodations for the entire 2 weeks you are here, 3 meals per day for the entire 2 weeks you are here, and 4 Uber and Lyft ride vouchers per day while you are here. Okay, so everything is included in our on-site training. We're also co-sponsored by the National Dispatch Network, which sponsors our online training. Training in the convenience of your home. Our online platform will train you to earn $100K plus from home, dispatching freight, and provide the online network tools, resources, and training to ensure your success. When you join our platform, our students and members get access to more than 100 load boards, so they don't have to pay for load boards. They get access to more than 140,000 hours of operational training videos. They get access to more than 19 million plus verified direct shippers. They get access to every registered owner operator in the United States, and they get access to our live training, access to our logistics library, which has every word, phrase, and term used in trucking and freight, and they also get access to our network of 2,967 plus industry professionals that they get to network with. And we are very affordable because our most popular enrollment is just $349.95 plus tax on your enrollment fee. And 30 days later, you'll start receiving your monthly subscription fee of your monthly subscription invoice of $39.95 plus tax per month. And that's for your continued access to your back office tools, resources, training, support, everything you're going to need to run your dispatch firm or freight brokerage firm. And we save you on average about $600 per month. So there you have it. Go ahead and give you all the link here. You can go ahead and sign up there too. All right, let's go ahead and check in with our YouTube people. Oh, we got a lot of people on YouTube this morning, already up and ready. I guess they were waiting on me. Checking in, we got Larissa Adams on YouTube. Thank you for joining us today. Lisa J. Goggins, thank you for joining us. We have Mika Chow, as always, thank you for joining us. Simply Erica, thank you for joining us. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Larissa Adams says happy Friday. We got Dwayne, Diane, I think you pronounced that. I think it's pronounced Diane or Jane W. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. We have Quenisha Murray just joined us here live in the live Zoom meeting. Thank you for joining us. We also have Regina Lovett. I think this is your first time. Regina Lovett, the realtor. Good morning, all. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad to have you here. Hopefully you'll come back. We have P.A. Vaughn. Good morning. She says, and they say great content. Thank you. Appreciate it. Stacey Reinfeld. Good morning. Dwayne Fletcher. Thank you for joining this morning, and good morning. All right. Stacy is up early, and she's looking for lows. She's looking for she's looking for a load going anywhere for a reefer / box truck that only holds 25,000 pounds. So you're looking for a load that's not weighing more than 25,000 pounds. Gotcha. Give me a second here, and we'll get that to you. For those of you who need freight this morning, you can do what Ms. Reinfeld just did. Ms. Reinfeld just did. You can, if you're on our YouTube channel live with us this morning, you can go ahead and send me your information, with where you're at and what type of trailer you have and the weight you want to pull, and I'll jump right on and see if I can find you some freight and get you the information so you can go ahead and grab that freight. If you're out there and you're a truck driver, owner operator, lease operator, or a dispatcher, and you want to give us a call us up at 866-973-6445 this morning at extension 1 or extension 2. It doesn't matter which extension you hit, because this time in the morning you're only going to get me. So that's 866-973-6445 if you need a load this morning on the load board report. So let's go ahead and jump right to it. As always, we're going to be going to our go-to load board, which is one of our load boards that's in our back office side, and that's going to be direct freight. And we're going to go to the load map, and let's see, she said that she needed what? But before we do that, let me go ahead and give you all a rundown on what's going on in your neck of the woods when it comes to freight and load availability. All right, this morning in Florida, we have 2,688 loads showing available in the state of Florida this morning. In Alabama, we've got 3,364 loads available in Alabama. Georgia is showing 3,188 loads. South Carolina is reporting 1,746 loads. North Carolina is showing 1,810 loads this morning. Virginia is reporting 1,821 loads this morning. West Virginia is reporting 465 loads. In Ohio, we've got 3,601 loads. In PA, Pennsylvania, we've got 3,179 loads. In New York, great state of New York, we have 2,104 loads this morning. Up in Maine, we have 503 loads. In Vermont, there is 103 loads showing there. New Hampshire has 139 loads. Massachusetts has 1,386 loads. Rhode Island coming in with 23 loads. Connecticut is reporting 735 loads. New Jersey, little sister, little brother to New York, is showing 1,379 loads. Delaware is reporting 789 loads. Maryland is reporting 1,003 loads. We're going to jump over here to Michigan. Michigan is showing 2,354 loads. Ohio is showing 3,601 loads. Indiana is showing 4,048 loads. Kentucky is showing 1,783 loads. The great state of Tennessee is showing 1,530 loads this morning. Mississippi is showing 1,619 loads this morning. Louisiana is showing 1,290 loads this morning. Arkansas is showing 2,885 loads. Missouri, the show me state, is showing 2,403 loads. Illinois is showing a good load count this morning with 4,958 loads. If I haven't told y'all, Indiana right next door is showing 4,048 loads. In Iowa, we have 1,225 loads. In Wisconsin, we have 2,297 loads. Up in the great state of Minnesota, we have 1,564 loads. We're going to drop over here. We're going to jump over here to North Dakota. 195 loads reporting out of North Dakota this morning. South Dakota has 698 loads. Nebraska has 649 loads. Kansas has 1,080 loads. Oklahoma has 994 loads. In the great state of Texas, looks like they're leading the load count this morning, back on top with 5,305 loads. In New Mexico, we have 439 loads. Colorado, we're showing 1,103 loads. In Wyoming, we have 437 loads. Montana, 483 loads. In Idaho, we're showing 1,082 loads. In Utah, we are showing 929 loads. Down in Arizona, hot down there, 615 loads. In California, we're showing 1,888 loads. In Nevada, the home state of Las Vegas, everything that goes on in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas, except freight. It's got to come out. So in Nevada, we have 259 loads that's got to get moved. It's got to get out of there. We've done Idaho. In Oregon, we have 1,790 loads. In Washington State, we have 1,211 loads. In Alaska, Super Trucker Country, we are showing 2 loads this morning on this load board. In our neighbors to the south, Mexico, we are showing 5 loads. Our neighbors to the north, in Canada, British Columbia, we are showing 109 loads. In Alberta, we are showing 199 loads. In Saskatchewan, we are showing 173 loads. In Manitoba, we are showing 180 loads this morning. In Ontario, we are showing 378 loads. And in the province of Quebec, we are showing 158 loads. All right, there you have it. Look at what's going on in your neck of the woods when it comes to freight and load availability. Now let's go over here and find this load for Miss. We have a load request from. We got a couple load requests. First of all, we got one. First one we got is from Stacy Reinford. Okay, that says Calvin, looking for a load going anywhere for a reefer / box truck. Okay, a reefer / box truck that only holds 25,000 pounds. All right, that shouldn't be that hard to find. And that was from, y'all forgive me, all right, going anywhere from where though? Where's it originating from? Stacy, where is it originating from? They're going anywhere, but I gotta have an origination point. Where's the truck located at? Okay. I'm waiting for that answer from Stacy, because if I just look at going anywhere, that means that if they're in Florida, they'll be willing to go all the way to Washington State to grab a load and then run it. Or if they're in Texas, would they be willing to go all the way up to New York and grab a load and run it? I gotta have an origination. Okay, Maryland. All right, there we go. Maryland. All right, let's go to Maryland. Now we got something that we're working with. All right, let's go to Maryland. Okay, anywhere leaving from Maryland. Now, the thing about looking for box truck loads. Now, a lot of people, if they look for just box truck, you ain't gonna find nothing. I'm just letting you know that right now. All right, because if you're going in here and you're saying you're looking at trailer type, it's a reefer box truck. But if you put in and I'm showing you what I'm talking about. If you just put in reefer and then you put in box truck, right? And then let's say you put in and you do a search for that. I mean, you're gonna get loads for reefer, but you got a lot of high weight. But like I said, she wanted the 25,000 pounds. So we're gonna go here to the weight section, and we're gonna go less than 21. So I'm gonna go less and see what we get. Get results error. How did I get a get result error? Okay, one moment. Let me do this again. Let me log back in. Y'all give me a minute. I gotta log back in. All right, there we go. Maryland, there we go. 30,000 pounds. All right, there we go. All right. Okay, so what do we have here? It's got to be less than 30,000 pounds. Let's do our pay rates. Okay, leaving out of Maryland, and you want to be less than 25,000 pounds. Well, there's a lot of loads here that are less than 25,000 pounds. Right off the bat, you got leaving out of Frederick, Maryland, going to Brookshire, Texas. It is a reefer. It is, now they say 53 foot, but I don't necessarily look at that because it's under 15,000 pounds, and that should be able to go in your box truck. Okay, that should be able to go in your box truck because it's under 15,000 pounds. Okay, and it is paying $3,650, $2.51 per mile. That one is not a dedicated. Doesn't look like what day's Friday, so it's gonna be hard trying to see dedicated. If you look on here, you see them leaving out on the 28th, and then on the 1st, and then the and the 2nd, and stuff like that. So they look like they do got some dedicated on here, but let's go ahead but that's with Chop Tank transport. If you're looking for one that's got that type of rate, let me click on here and get the highest rates first, rate per mile. Here we go. All right, so by rate per mile, if you're looking for some good paying, the highest paying freight off rip, you've got one going from Glendale, Maryland to Cheshire, Connecticut. And it's 329 trip miles, 14,500 pounds, paying $2,100, $6.38 per mile. That one's again offered by Chop Tank Transport. The number to call is 410-673-1240. The load number, there it is right there. If you want that one, that's the load number is 191-9887. You're gonna ask for Misha Johnson, and the email address is mishajohnson@choptanktransport.com. Her extension is 826. Now I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna put this information up on the board. This is the broker's information. I'm gonna put this up on the board so you have this, and this is to Stacy. Okay, there's your load number. Your load number is right there. Misha Johnson at toptanktransport.com, and that's the extension right there. And phone number is going to be the phone number on that load is going to be. Now, what you're gonna do at this time in the morning, she might be up, or sometimes brokers get in about 6:30. Most times they won't get in until about between 7 and 8. So what you're gonna do is, if you're sending her an email, you can give her a call, and if you got a message, leave her a message with the load number and that type of stuff that you want that load. If they're not available until 7 o'clock, or whatever the case may be. They'll give you a call back as soon as they get the message. But also send them send the email to them right now if you are looking at that load. Let's take a look at some other loads here that is leaving out of Maryland. See if I can find you some dedicated. Here's some dedicated freight. Looks like from Baltimore to Greensboro. Now, Baltimore to Greensboro. Now, there's not a rate I'm attached to this. This is right at 25,000 pounds. Okay, it's right at 25,000 pounds. It does not have a length on it, so you should be good to go. Okay, so this is going to put you right at your limit, but these are dedicated, and they're only 360 miles out. So that box truck should definitely be able to run that, and then find something coming back, and be ready to run it again for the next day. Okay, so these are dedicated. Baltimore to Greensboro, North Carolina. As you can see here, they leave every day, starting on Monday. Looks like it's gonna start on Monday. Yeah, because Monday is what, 3-3? If I'm not mistaken, Monday. Monday is, hold up, I'm in the wrong place. Monday is the 20th. Am I in the right place? The day's the 28th, right? What's today's date? Oh, the day's the 25th. My bad. I'm tired, y'all. I have not been to sleep all night. I've been up all night. All right, it's the day the 25th. Monday's the 28th. All right, here we go. All right, so and y'all forgive me. I am tired. I'm running on no sleep. I've been working on this lease website, leasing website for the last 3 days, and in the last 3 days I've probably gotten about 4 hours of sleep in the last 3 days. And last night I did not go to bed. I stayed up all night working on the website, so I am pretty tired. So y'all gonna have to forgive me. It leaves starting on the 28th, which is Monday. Yeah, Monday. All right. So it's gonna run Monday. It's gonna run Tuesday. It's gonna run pretty much every day of the week, all the way up until 3/31. Looks like it runs pretty consistently, and you know that that's a dedicated, because all these dates are Landstar. Actually, no, it leaves on the 28th. Yeah, Monday, and then it goes consistently from there. So if you want to put them on a dedicated run, this is the one you want to be on. This one right here. It's going to be Baltimore. So it leaves on Monday, starting on Monday, if they want to be on something dedicated. All right, so they can run that load up there, the one that I just showed you. Find a load back to be able to go ahead and jump on this on Monday, and be able to jump on this on Monday, and be on a dedicated. But what I would do is I would contact the broker today and let them know that you have a carrier who can run that load every day. Okay, they can run that dedicated, and they'll be set. And it looks like it's paying decent money. But there is no money on it. But I'm gonna show you all how to find the lane rate here. But let me give you the information. First of all, it's the trying to find if it doesn't have a load number on here. It's not showing a load number, but the number you're gonna call Landstar. All right, so you're gonna call Landstar. That's first things first. You're gonna call Landstar. That's the number to Landstar. All right, let me go ahead and get the rest of the information. Next thing is shippers comments. You can put this on here. I'm not sure what it's telling you what the commodity is and the name that's under the shipper's comment, but it's not giving you a load number or anything like that. So you're gonna call up the broker. You're gonna let them know. Hey, come on. All right. So it picks up the day. They're expecting it to be delivered by the 1st. So you got plenty of time it picks up on the 28th, and they're expecting it to be delivered by the 1st. But you can do that. You can do that in one day. You can actually do it the same day if you pick up early that morning. But they want to deliver it by the next day. So it's not a real big deal. You can do that, especially with that box truck. Let me make a copy of that. Yeah, let me copy that. I don't recommend this no sleep thing. I really do not recommend it to anybody. I find myself having to actually, think about the words that I'm about to say because I catch myself about to slur my speech and stuff like that because I am literally running on fumes right now. But when you're this ambitious and you're this committed, this is what happens. Okay, this is what happens. But I would not recommend going 3 days with very little or no sleep. I would not recommend it. All right, let's look up that but that's what you're gonna call right there. Now we're gonna look up the lane rates for that. I'm gonna add this to our back office site sometime today once I wake back up. The Insta rate calculator. Okay, let's go look up the lane rate for that. And the reason why I'm adding this to is for this purpose right here. What we're facing right now, because you have a lot of loads on the load board that don't have prices on them, don't have rates on them. So this tool will help you to find what the lane rate is for that specific lane. Basically, what you do is you go in and you put in the pickup, which is Baltimore, Maryland to Greensboro, North Carolina. Okay, so you're gonna put that in. You're gonna put in on the pickup, which is Baltimore, Maryland, and then you're gonna put in your destination Greensboro, North Carolina, and you're gonna click either reefer or van. Now, in this case, because it's a box truck, I'm going to show y'all both reefer and van, but this case, you would want to go with the van because it's a box truck. It's not an actual full-size reefer because most of these runs are going to be for a full-size truck. So you want to go with the van. Why? Because the van is going to give you an estimation that's more realistic with box trucks rather than because you go with a full-size, because you go with a reefer, which is going to put all the full-size reefer loads that ran that route, those rates are going to be much higher than what that box truck is going to be. But the van is going to give you a very close guesstimation of a more realistic estimation of what those rates should look like for that box truck. Okay, so and what it does is pulls up all the loads that ran that route for a dry van, whichever one we put in there, dry van, reefer, whatever case may be. It's going to pull up all the loads that ran that exact same route in the last 90 days, and then it's going to extrapolate and give you a low, medium, and high freight range as far as what the rates should be. All right, so for box truck, this is the route right here. Okay, Baltimore down to Greensboro, and it's 348 miles. It tells you what that is, and this is for a drive-in vehicle. And it tells you right now on the low end, on the line haul range, on the low end, $2.34 per mile. On the high end, $3.86 per mile. In the middle, about average, $2.88. So the medium on the all-in freight amount is $1,106.64. On the high end, $1,458.12. It even goes on to show you your fuel surcharge, which is we're going to be from 28 cents up to 33 cents on your fuel surcharge. Okay. But your inline haul rate is going to be $2.88 per mile. That's about the average right there. Now, I would try to get closer to this, but being that this is a box truck, anything you get between here and here is going to be pretty good. Even if you get anything from 234 to 386, it's going to be pretty good for that box truck. Now, if we go back and we look at what it is for a reefer, same load. We're going to hold on. I got to redo it here. Yeah, I got to redo it for the register for reefer. All right, Baltimore. To Greensboro, North Carolina. And this time we're going to look up reefer. Let's see what that rate is. Pretty much about the same. It's going to be almost. It's going to be identical. 234 to 386. A little bit, but it's basically the same. 1106, 1458. So it's basically about the same on your rate. So some anywhere in between there. Okay. So when you call them up, this is what I would I'm gonna see if I can copy this for you. This line haul, fuel surcharge. See if I can copy that for you and put that in there. So that's in you that Landstar information. It didn't go through. All right, hold on. Let me do this. All right, there's the rate information of where it should be. Okay, so that gives you an idea of where to start your negotiations from. Give me a second here. Let me copy the. And this is with Landstar, and this is a dedicated. Okay, Landstar. All right, there you go. All right, there it is. All right, that's with Landstar dedicated. There's the that's 288 on the line haul. I didn't separate that. What you call it? I do apologize. Let me redo that and separate it so that you don't get confused there. That's $2.88 on the line haul, 348 miles, and the money is $1,002.24, and the fuel that's the money. The fuel surcharge is 0.30 miles. I'm just separating this for you so you don't get confused. Or it's breaking it up for you, giving you the difference in. All right, there we go. There we go. That should be easier to read. All right, so there you have it, Miss Reinford. Hope this helps you out. All right. And then we had another request from, who else we had a request from? Mika Chow wanted to know about dry van origin, Portland, Oregon, destination New Jersey, 200-mile radius, 40,000 on their weight in pounds. All right. We're going to Oregon. All right, let's go to Oregon. Let's go to Oregon. If y'all notice, I always go back to the load map. Okay, why do I go back to the load map? Because it gives you a good indication of how much freight is in the area, is in the state you're looking in. Because if she tells me she was in North Dakota, okay, and I go in and I look at North Dakota and I see on 195 loads, I know immediately that it's going to be a difficult time finding freight. Or if she tells me she's leaving out of Rhode Island, 20, only 23 loads in Rhode Island, you see what I'm saying? Or if she tells me I'm in Alaska, we only showing 2 loads, or Mexico, we only showing 5, or something like that. Okay, so I always go back to the load map because I get a quick snapshot of what's going on in that state. That's why I always go back there first. Then I go to it, and so I know going in that I've got a decent chance of finding what she's looking for, finding some good freight. So we're gonna go, and we're in Oregon, but we're gonna go to Portland, Oregon. You know, to Portland, Oregon, and we are looking for. Let's see what her parameters were. Her parameters were 200-mile radius destination. Now, are you looking for a 200-mile radius of New Jersey, or are you willing to deadhead 200-mile radius? You're probably looking for a 200-mile radius of the drop in New Jersey, okay, and 40,000 pounds. So let's go back in Portland, Oregon, and New Jersey. We're going to New Jersey, and we're going to go 200 miles within a 200-mile radius of the drop. But we're trying to find something as close to Portland, Oregon as possible. That's why we put in 25 miles, because you want your pickup to be somewhere close to where they are right now. So you try to find something as close as possible. The weight again was 40,000 pounds, and this was a dry van. Okay, so the weight was 40,000 pounds, and this was a dry van. Let's do a check. What we get. Oh my. Wow, we don't have anything leaving out of close to Portland in a dry van going to New Jersey. Weight radius 200 pounds. Let me try within 50 miles. Wow, you probably did mean 200 miles outside of Portland, because it's looking slim. And looking really, really, really slim. This is really, really, really strange. Let me see something here. All right, let's try this. Let's take out this radius. Anything going to New Jersey? Nothing. And we're looking at dry van. Let me see if they got any freight going. Let's see if there's any freight leaving out of Portland, Oregon. There's some which I figured there would probably be some flatbed loads leaving out, but still going to New Jersey. Let me see, 100 miles out. What's going on in Portland this morning? You might tell what's going on in Portland? All right. Still, now there's a van load, but it's a 273-mile deadhead. That's the only thing he got going. It's 273-mile deadhead. The good thing is it's going to New Jersey. And so You don't have to go far on far from your destination. It's taking you right to New Jersey, but you got to go 273 miles out. Okay, and it leaves on not today. No, that one does leave today. I take that back. Yeah, it leaves today. It is going to New Jersey, and that is a van. That's a van load offered by Landstar. Now let's see what that route is paying. Is leaving out of Ferndale. It's gonna leave out of Ferndale, Washington. So you got to go up to Washington State, mountain country. You got to go up the mountain country to get out of that. And I see why it is. Cause look, I just realized she said Portland, Oregon, up there in the Ashley Mountains. It is treacherous up there, y'all. You got about. I ran freight from Georgia to Portland, Oregon. About 3 or 4 loads that I ran going up to Portland, Oregon. And it took me an entire day and an entire night, a whole day and a night, from day driving and night driving, to get through those, 11 mountains that are clustered together before you get to Portland. Literally, it's like 11 mountains. You go up, then you go down. You go up, then you go down. You go up, and then you go down 11 times. And I'm not talking about no little hills. We're talking mountains. We're talking mountains. And when you got weight, which at that time I was pulling about 40, 45, 46,000 pounds. When you got weight, one time I was pulling 60,000 pounds. But if you got weight and you're doing that, you are literally creeping up that mountain. Creep, 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 creep. I'm talking about you're doing less than 20, 25 miles an hour. Creeping up that mountain. Then when you're going down, you got to know how to work your brakes. You got to know how to employ your Jake brakes, your engine brakes, your downshifting, your actual regular brakes. You can't just come down that hill and just tap and just hold your brakes. You'll burn up your brake shoes, and your calipers will catch on fire. Then you'll burn your tires up. Then your whole truck will go up in smoke. Or you'll basically burn your brakes out, then you got no brakes. When you're coming down a mountain like that on a 11, 13% grade, because that's what those are up there. All those mountains up there are higher than 10 or 11 percent grade, which means they look kind of like this right here going down. Literally. So you're going up, then you're going down, and around a little winding curve, then you're going back up again, then you're going down. So you have this constant stress where you have to be on point the entire time you're behind that wheel. Because going up, you're gonna go very, very, very slow, and you're gonna make sure you don't stall your truck out, because ain't nothing worse than stalling out with 60,000 pounds. You're going up a mountain, and then you stall out, your truck starts rolling backwards. That happened to me once in Portland, Oregon. It was doing one of those runs. I was at night, and a truck in front of the guy in front of me. He came around me because I guess he was pulling lightweight. He came around me, and this was at night. He came around me, and when he came back in front of me, that son of a stopped. He literally stopped. So I had to stop my truck, and when I stopped my truck stalled out. That's right, it stalled out, and I began rolling backwards with 60,000+ pounds on a mountain at night. That's what happened. I had to somehow or another. I had to figure out how to clutch. I clutched, downshifted, right, and let my truck jump start on the start. So I clutched, downshifted, and jumped back off the clutch, and it caught. And it started back up. Then I clutched it back into and then I put my Jake brakes on, and I was just working and trying to keep it from going backwards. And once I got that done, the truck was back on. Then I had to get it in gear and get it moving forward while on a upward incline, trying to go up the mountain. driving trucks is dangerous. I'm telling y'all that right now. It is a dangerous, risky business if you do not know what you are doing. So I understand why she's trying to get that driver out of there, and I understand the difficulty in finding loads coming out of there because of just the terrain up there. It is treacherous terrain. But anyway, let's see what that load is paying coming out of Ferndale, Washington, because she's trying to get him out of Portland, of course. But let's see what's coming out of Ferndale, Washington. But the good thing about it is when you're going to Ferndale, Washington, leaving from Portland, going to grab that load, you're going to be empty because that's deadhead. That's a good thing. You're empty. You don't have to wait. So it's not going to be that bad going up and down those mountains. Okay, it's not going to be that bad. Your driver should have an easy time going and getting there. The bad thing is when he gets there, he's going to New Jersey. He's got to come back through Portland. Okay, that's the bad part. Okay, and he's got to come back with all that weight. 40,000 pounds. Got to come back with with that weight. So that's gonna be a real doozy. I did spell Ferndale right, didn't I? F-E-R-N. Oh, I spelled F-R-E. F-E-R-N. Oh. I see Ferndale, Michigan. There it is, Ferndale, Washington. All right, and then you want to go to New Jersey. Oh, come on, Calvin, what are you doing? Want to go to New Jersey. Want to go to New Jersey. Okay, and drive in. I think she said drive in, right? So it's going to be hard using the same gear going down because as you're going down, you're going to start out going down, you got to use your Jake brakes and things like that. You got to use your Jake brakes, your engine brakes, and that type of stuff. And of course, it's the combination is this. When you start going down, you're in a low gear. You're going down, you're going very, very low. But then your RPM starts going up. Because no matter, I don't care what gear you're in, when you're going down that type of gear, you're going to pick up speed. And you're going to pick up speed. I don't care what gear you're in. You can't just use just the engine brakes. That's what when people say stay in that low gear, that's using your engine brakes. But you can't just use just your engine brakes. Because if you do that, you're going to burn up your transmission or burn up your gearbox, and then you're going to be rushing down the hill anyway with nothing. So you can't just do that. You've got to engage. You start off in a low gear going down that hill. When that RPM jumps up to, I think what is like 1,000 or 2,000, whatever it is, when it gets up to a certain point, then you're gonna tap on your brakes. You tap on your brakes, then it comes back down a little bit. Then you hit your Jake brakes. Boom, 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 boom. That kind of brings you back down to where you need to be at on your RPM, right? Then when you do that, you got your shift. You got to shift back up a little bit. Then you shift back down, and then you shift back down, right, to that lower gear, and that's gonna bring you to that crawl again. But then your RPM is gonna start shooting back up. Then you got to repeat that process all over again. You're gonna do that all the way down that mountain, just repeating that same process. Okay, repeating that same process. Downshift, tap your brakes, Jake brakes, upshift, downshift, tap your brakes, Jake brakes, engine brakes, down. that's the process you got to keep doing all the way down that mountain. Because if you don't, that truck is going to get out of control and you are effed. Okay. But that's truck driving. That's truck driving, y'all. That's truck driving. All right. And it takes nerve. And not only does it take nerve, but it takes skill. But that is truck driving. All right. All right. Let's see. She was leaving out of it was New Jersey, and it was I think that was dry van. I think that was dry van, if I'm not mistaken. I want to make sure. Was it dry van? What was it, dry van or reefer? Somebody tell me what it was, because I'm tired this morning, and either I'm not seeing it or I'm just missing it or what, because I am so tired. Where's that here? Somebody shoot that back to me and tell me what type of trailer that was again. I believe it was dry van. Here, let me go and check this. What I put in there? I didn't put trailer type, but I think it was. Oh, I didn't put trailer type because we were trying to find a load. We couldn't find anything, but I think it's dry van. Was it dry van? Anybody? I'm tired. Okay. I am tired. I'm trying to find the type of look for it again. Portland. Stacy says no box truck. All right, drive in. There it is right there. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. It was drive in. All right. So drive in, and let's do a all right. Here's a good thing. It pays decent money, because this is the well, you don't have to go back through Portland to get back, but you got to go through Washington, and you're gonna go through Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin. So you're pretty much sidetracking, and you're gonna avoid most of the mountains. Okay, so you're gonna sidetrack and you're gonna avoid most of the mountains when going back, because you're gonna go straight across this way. All right. Y'all hold for just one moment, y'all. I am tired. I mean,
It was dry van.
yeah, and hold for just one moment. Let me mute my mic. All right, everybody. Sorry about that. Let me go back to my share. All right. So the rate is going to be between this is basically what you're going to be looking for right here. Try to get them somewhere between $7,380 and $9,988. Because on the high end, that pays $3.04 per mile. On the low end, it pays $171 per mile on all the loads that ran that route in the last 90 days. Okay, so average somewhere between $219 a mile and $304 per mile. So that's what you want to try and get. And I'm gonna go ahead and post this on here. And here is there it is right there. line haul, rate, blah, 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 blah. All right, there it is right there. All right. That's gonna have to do it. It is 7:05, and I need to get out of here. I need to get some sleep. So I told y'all this morning when I came on, it's gonna be short and to the point. And but hopefully y'all got some out of it. You learned some things about how to get up and down those mountains, how to find freight in the mountains and things like that. But there we go. All right, look, everybody. I appreciate y'all for joining us this morning. Look for me back here tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Look for me back here on Saturday, which that is tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow is Saturday. Look for me back here tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. for our Brokers Hour, our broker training. If you want to attend that, if you are not a broker, if you want to attend it, go ahead and jump in during the Brokers Hour. And also, I'll be back on Monday morning with the load board report at 6 a.m. And of course, we have our dispatch training every Thursday night from 7 p.m. till about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Appreciate y'all for joining me. Thank you all. If you want to join our platform, remember to go to our website and everything. For those of you who joined me here live during the load board report, thank you all for joining me live here within our back office. Kanisha Murray and Danielle jumped in to tell me about what type of freight that was. I am really, really, really tired this morning, so y'all have to forgive me for my demeanor this morning. I'm very, very, very tired. All right, everybody.